Hello, everyone. I'm Sheriff Wayne Ivory of the Brevard County Sheriff's Office. I'm here at the Emergency Operations Center. Of course, I got John Scott with me, our EOC Director, and Matt Wallace, our Public Safety Director. We want to give everybody an update on Hurricane Nicole. We talked to you yesterday about the anticipated effects. We've had a little bit of change in the direction of the storm, a little bit of change in some of the winds and things of that nature. So let's jump right into that. John, tell our citizens what we can expect over the next 24 to 48 hours.
Absolutely, and thank you, Sheriff, and afternoon, Brevard. Just quickly, here's where we are. We saw a slight change north in the track overnight and early this morning. What that meant is we're now talking about actually Nicole making landfall in southern Brevard County as we continue to work through those things. We're talking about what that means is not a big deal and not a huge change from the last time we were talked, so slightly more winds, slightly more rain, slightly more surge. Something we definitely want to take very serious as a community. And when I say slightly more winds, what I'm talking about is strong tropical storm force winds, even maybe some low range hurricane force winds. So something in the 55 to 70 mile an hour range, gusts maybe a little bit higher, rainfall in the 4 to 7 inches of rain. Some spots might see 8 plus. Very concerned about flooding. We talked about it yesterday. Still dealing, sort of reeling from Ian's rain, sort of trying to get back from that. So moving forward in those directions. And then, watching our storm surge and watching what's going to happen along our barrier islands. It's already a little breezier out there. It's going to continue to get more breezy.
Okay. So, what we would ask everybody to do now is to do your last minute on your checklist. Our biggest fear is that no one takes this storm seriously. We want you to understand that this storm is going to be impacting us with winds, with surf, with heavy amounts of rain, all of those things. So we got to take this serious. We got to finish our checklist. Make sure you're bringing in all the items outside that could be easily blown by these type of winds. Just finish preparing your house, and that actually puts your mind at ease as well. We have our county commission, our EOC team met with our county commission, and we have passed a resolution, I guess, if you will, Matt, that we're going to do recommended evacuations. And when we say recommended evacuations, what we're saying is that people that are in manufactured homes, low-lying areas, the barrier island, look at your scenario and determine if you want to evacuate. We recommend those areas to evacuate. We recommend that you come to one of our shelters, go stay with somebody else that's over in another direction of the state. But we want you to consider that. We're not making it mandatory. There are no mandatory evacuations in Brevard County. And I'll go ahead and touch on the bridges are not being closed in any capacity. Our bridges will be open for traffic coming and going. But we want you to be careful. I always tell everybody, we live in Brevard County where our citizens are our partners. They listen to us and help us protect this community, help us protect each other. So just take that advice, look at the recommendations. If you're in one of those areas, please consider going to another area. We have 4 shelters open, I believe is our plan.
Yep, we're opening 4 shelters. Those shelters are open tomorrow at 9 a.m. for the public. Those shelters are Walter Butler Community Center in Cocoa, Viera Regional Park in Viera, Max Rose Park, which is in West Melbourne, and then South Mainland Community Center, which is in Mico. And it's important, we talk about doing this stuff, is that we have shelters that are open across the county for really anyone who doesn't feel safe, right? That's the most important thing. And like you talked about, Sheriff, we always encourage folks, go with friends, go with family, find someone who's got a good, strong structure, hang out with them, get a good couple days together, catch up, all that fun stuff. If you can't do that, then hopefully you can have the means to go to maybe a hotel or something like that. And then if you don't have that, that's what we have shelters for. That's why we want you to use those things. So again, 4 shelters open tomorrow at 9 a.m.
Yeah, and they can get more information on the shelters by going to the website.
By going to our website, your website. I know we share these kinds of things. We post it on our social media, same thing as you guys, so it's out there. And then it's a really important point for everyone. If you're not sure what's happening, you can always call 211. They're a great community partner and a great community resource. So when in doubt, 211.
Yeah. So I'm going to ask Matt to talk a little bit about government closures. But before we get to that, I want to make sure everybody understands voting is open throughout Brevard County. All of our precincts are open. Yes. Nothing in this storm is going to impact voting here in Brevard County. We're not going to see a deterioration of the conditions until tomorrow. So please go out, vote, exercise your right to vote, and just don't let this stop you from going and doing that. So other than that, though, we have some government closures that are taking place.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Sheriff. And thank you for tuning in with us, Brevard County residents. Again, this is our opportunity to get you the most amount of information that we can so you can make informed decisions for you and your loved ones and your families. The Emergency Coordination Group, which is our senior leaders across Brevard County, met this afternoon about noon, and we talked about closures that are coming up in response to Tropical Storm, potentially Hurricane Nicole. So you may have heard already that the Brevard Public Schools will be closed tomorrow and Thursday. Also, part of the discussion that we had with the schools during the ECG was we know that there's some state playoff football things that are happening on Friday. So the plan is if the storm does leave us on Thursday, they're going to go evaluate the fields, evaluate everything going on to see if they can still have those activities on Friday. They made it a point to say that if they can't, then they already have authorization and permission to move those games to Saturday. So those state playoff things, the football things, all those things will still go on. I know the schools are working really hard to make sure that those activities go. Also, the activities for tonight are still a go. As John had said earlier, the weather will start deteriorating a little bit later tomorrow. So activities planned tonight for the schools are still a go as well. A lot of folks may be interested now in Brevard County government services and things that we do for the county, and in particular solid waste. So the plan for solid waste is tomorrow the landfill will close at 10 a.m. That means all the regular routes that the solid waste folks are picking up will go through about 9:30. So if your stuff hasn't been picked up by 9:30, please go out and retrieve your recycle bins or your trash bins and secure them inside. Put them back in a safe location, because then our solid waste operations will stop. Our landfills and everything is supposed to be open back up on 9:30 on Saturday morning. I'm sorry, 07:30 at 9. No, I was right. 07:30 on Saturday morning to start those landfill operations again. If you have trees, if you have palm fronds and those things that are from the damage from the hurricane, put those out beside your houses. On Saturday and Monday, we'll be doing an assessment for solid waste to see what kind of refuse collections we're going to be needing throughout the week. So please help us help you get those things off the roads that could cause any type of flying debris that could damage facilities or hurt people. Please help us limit those things. From a county government perspective, county government will be closed tomorrow morning starting at 8 o'clock. The plan is to be closed tomorrow and probably all day Thursday. The county government will be making a decision sometime Thursday afternoon about resuming normal operations, either Friday, which is a holiday, or sometime during the week. So stay tuned. Please keep in touch with the websites that the sheriff and John has talked about earlier, and we'll make sure we continue to get that word out.
And again, always, you can, if you have any questions, you can look at the websites. You can call 211, any of those. It's good to know that there's a great potential the playoff games are still going to happen.
Yes, sir.
Even though Alabama's not going to be in them.
Whoa.
So John, you took your lanyard off. I'm still taking the
Today was a
shot,
good day to take it off.
John, final thoughts and things that our citizens need to be aware of.
Yeah, I mean, I think some of the stuff you touched on earlier, Sheriff, real important for folks is, one, now is really the time to finish our last preparations. We want to take the storm very serious. We want to make sure we're doing everything we can so that storm comes through, we all hunker down together. So
Yes, sir.
let's make sure we're off the roads by tomorrow afternoon and evening, certainly, and then we stay off through Thursday. We're making smart choices out there. We don't need anyone going out to look at the storm. We can all see what happens afterwards. But let's be smart and safe about those things. Let's pull together. Let's check on our neighbors. Let's make sure we're doing those kinds of things. We get through it we get through it tomorrow and Thursday. We come out the other side. We're back to business.
And one thing I've seen on social media is people have been talking about how a November storm is kind of unprecedented and it's not unheard of. And I've even seen some things that said, well, because it's November and it's cold, it's not going to be as tragic or as strong. But I think the message that we're trying to get to you is take this storm seriously. It's going to be a Cat 1, a potential Cat 1 when it hits us. Yes, it is November. Yes, it's kind of unprecedented, but it's coming. So please take this serious. Please protect your families. Please be safe.
And then one more point, we're certainly taking it serious, right? You're going to be going your operations. You'll be spinning up, Sheriff. You'll be having more deputies. We'll be activating the EOC to a level 1 tomorrow, so we'll have overnight operations. So we're taking it serious on our side, and like you talk about, right? Our residents are our partners in this.
Yes,
we
sir.
really need to show that and have you guys take it serious as well.
Yeah. The last thing that I would say to you is we're very blessed in Brevard. As John just said, you guys are our partners. There will be no curfew. The bridges are not closed. No mandatory evacuation. We know that our citizens are going to make the right choices for themselves and their families and their pets. Make sure you're taking care of all of those. If you need anything from us, you let us know. We appreciate that partnership. So
100%.
we'll give you another update tomorrow morning sometime.
Yep,
And
sounds good.
you guys just finish that checklist for us, and we'll talk to you later.